Well, I was going to work on a van this morning, but my mom's got to do some banking and market going, so it's going...
Banking? New market going?
Well, just banking. So we're going out to do that. Well, I just dropped my camera on the ground. I have to hold the thing together with my hand. I'll try to super glue it later. Anyway, we're at my sister's bank now. My mom deposited part of the money in my sister's other bank for the rent. So then we got to deposit the other part in this one. Well, we're on the way home. My mom wants to stop and get $1 worth of gas. Okay, I'm holding the battery door shut to make it work. I found my other camera. This one's also got a bad battery door, but it has part of the clip intact on the back here, which mine doesn't. I don't know how to fix these stupid things. You can't really, you have the photo thing here, so you can't really wrap it up very well. Maybe if I glued something to this to pull against that and hook it together with a rubber band or something. I don't know, but I'm going to use this one for the rest of the day. I'll empty this camera out. And I'll have to get this fixed somehow. Okay, I've transferred everything over to this other camera that's only partially broken. This one's completely got a broken battery hatch. I do have that little piece, and I'm going to try to crazy glue it. Somehow I don't think this is going to work because I can barely see the stupid thing. But I'll do my best. Okay, well, if this works, it'll definitely be a miracle. Guess I'll just let that sit up all day. I know they're supposed to harden full in 60 seconds, but I just want to make sure I have the best odds, so I'll just use this temporary camera the rest of the day. Okay, I'm going to put the brake cylinder on that before installing it. Then I'm going to install this stupid thing on the van. I'm going to pull the tape off the cylinder and painted it. Okay, I pre-assembled most of this inside, but I'm going to be taking it apart again. This actually doesn't hook on that. It hooks on back there on the emergency brake lever, and that's the problem. I got to get Robert out here, my son, to help me put that emergency brake lever on. There's just so much pressure. I'm going to install this, and I'm going to pull the bearings and install the axle with a new bearing. Let's start with this. I got the bolts, they're all painted and everything. I never seize them and install them. Okay, everything's on except for this spring, which I don't want to put on yet, and this goes with the emergency brake system. It's a little lever this has to go into. The problem is I gotta pull this spring back to be able to deal with that. I have to have my son out here so he can slip it on when I pull the spring back. Everything else is good. Okay, I'm gonna pull the rear bearing here that I can put in this other bearing. I'd like to get this darn I'd like to get this rear end back together. I got an eBay bearing kit from China. Well, it's not from China actually. It was this middle-sized one. Yeah, this is actually really easy to do. You just attach the puller part of it there, tighten it down, and you can pull the seal out at the same time. Actually pulled the seal out of the other side, and the seal was still good. The new one, I'll probably sell them up on eBay because I'm changing to a system that doesn't even use that kind of bearing, so I wasted money on one bearing, less whatever I can get from eBay. Wow, that baby was in there. Incredibly. This one's probably been replaced too. Looks like an aftermarket bearing. Okay, here's these newfangled Timken bearings. They actually isolate the rear bearing with 2 seals, and they have regular high temperature grease in it, so it actually isolates it from the entire differential system. It's called a repair bearing. That's what the auto store called it. So anyway, I'm going to drive that in. I got my bearing installation kit. A little rubber seal to keep anything from leaking out. So anyway, more eBay tools, which are very handy. I'm gonna put one of these together, and I forget which one it was that I used last time. A really odd smell in it. I don't know why. I think I'm going to use this bigger one. Yeah. There's no question it's not going to damage the bearing. You don't want to damage this inside. You want to hammer on that at all. I bet that seal's replaceable too. This actually converts this to the same kind of system they use on the front wheels of these. Alright, I'm going to drive that in. I'll put this together. I got it together. See, it just hammer on the end of it. I'm going to check the other side as well with a vernier caliper, make sure both these are seated the exact same amount. The thing that's odd about this type of vehicle is these things stick out a little bit after they've been seated. You can tell when they've seated because they change their tune when you're hammering them in, and then you just tap it a little more. You got to make sure these go in straight or you'll be screwed. Okay, I gotta go get my axle and just put that in there. Alright, this is really tight. I had to kick this one in actually. I probably should have put a little more lube on the seal. But it is tight. That's nice. It doesn't shake at all. Okay, now I gotta hook up the clips and everything in the differential. I'd try to buy a torque wrench. I'm gonna have to guesstimate it, which I don't like to do. I'd rather be torquing the bolt in there, but I don't have a torque wrench. Okay, what I'm gonna do is take some snapshots of the interior of that and try to figure it out in the house. I'll put this in neutral. Doesn't matter anyway with nothing engaged. I'm really not liking laying under this stupid thing. I wish it was up on ramps. I'm gonna get some snapshots and spin it around and whatnot. Okay, I think those other 2 gears right on the hold down pin. I go check these out. I think I might go to the market. My mom needs milk and toilet paper, so I'm gonna take a ride. Okay, it's all figured out. These gears actually ride on this pin. I don't know why in all the videos online the other The other videos didn't show any gears falling out. So I'm gonna try to put this together. Well, I came back in. I can't get those stupid gears to line up in there.
Whether that was rational or not,
I gotta figure this out.
I can't say, but I don't think that I'm a cold-blooded
I don't know what's the deal.
We reached out to Ray here.
Okay, reassembling that rear end was a big fail, so we're going down and get some milk and toilet paper. Well, that's grocery shopping. Well, that about ends the day. I'm looking at my glue job here. It works pretty good actually, but apparently I glued it too far forward because now it won't go back. I don't see how I could have glued it back that far. I wonder if there's some glue stuck in it or something. I don't know. It doesn't look like I glued it in the wrong spot. That's as far as it goes back, but at least it holds the battery container closed. I'm pretty sure it'll run like that. We'll soon find out. Well, I figured out how to transplant the door. I pulled the door off of this one that I'm using. I'm holding the door with my thumb to be able to record. But this one has the good clip right here on this door. So I'm able to have an almost fixed camera. It's still off a little bit. Maybe I have too much epoxy glommed up in it. I'm going to try to clean it with a pin, but I'm going to go back to using my old camera now. It's going to latch good. It's got a double latch on it now. The one I fixed and the one on the door. So anyway, you all have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow.